Are you an avid reader? If you're anything like me and you like to read for entertainment and for relaxation, then you're likely to have a whole load of books in your bookshelf that at some point in your life you've read and you thought, well, I'll keep this one because I liked it and I'm probably going to read it again at some point. Good enough, no problem there. However, if over the course of many, many years you think like this about a whole lot of books, you'll end up with a whole lot of books that you've read once and you intend to read again. Now, I'm not saying that you never read them again. In my case, I find that I have a small number of books, smallish number of books, that I have read over and over and over again. And those are really my classics. Those are the classic books that I enjoy reading again and again and again and finding new details. Now, unfortunately, the majority of the books we keep do not fall under the header of my personal classics. Many of them just stay, and many of them actually overstay their welcome. Just think about it. When you're hard put to find a book that you want to read, and you go through your bookshelf, how often does it happen that you see a book and you say, well, that's actually something I'd like to read at some point, but not quite now? Just think back, how often have you said that for any particular book in your bookshelf? I'm finding that this happens more often than not. And a couple of years ago, I've done a big purge. I basically took out all the books where I remembered that on multiple occasions I had postponed reading them again. And what I've done is I've separated my books in 3 piles. 1, the classics, the ones I know I want to keep. 2, the ones that seemed interesting enough to keep, but with the proviso that if I keep them, I'm trying to read them as soon as possible and then decide if I'm going to keep them, if they go to the classics or to the discard pile. And then there was a big pile of books where I could honestly say I've had them for a long time and they're only there because I was used to having them. And to be quite honest, I gave away about 2/3 of my books, which is quite a lot, and I wouldn't say everybody should do that, but I haven't regretted it for a minute. Now, the interesting thing was I started reading the books in the middle category, the ones maybe I should keep them. And I found that 9 out of 10 of them, after 25, 30 pages, I thought, meh, doesn't really interest me. And I couldn't really tell what I saw in them in the first place. So they went to the discard pile very quickly. There was a new discard pile at the time. And I'm now down to having really simmered down the number of books that I've kept. Maybe that is an inspiration for you. It certainly worked for me. And it's a relatively simple process. And if you're interested in simmering down the number of books for recreational purposes that you have, maybe go down that road. Give it some thought, stay clutter aware, and come back next time for more about books. If you want more, there are options. Click the round logo to subscribe to this channel, or select the playlist in the middle to see more content, or check out the links in the description below. Oh, and feel free to like this video.